guys, it's Jazz1122 here, and this reading is for the Scorpios out there for April 20th through the 26th. I just would like to say thank you guys so much for your likes, your comments, and to all my new subscribers. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. If you would like a one-question email reading from me, all that information will be down below. And with that being said, let's get right into this video. Okay, Scorpio, and pick 3 cards, and that will be your message for this week. Look at the bigger picture, full moon and Sagittarius. So there's a situation that's going on with you, Scorpio, that's requiring you to look at it from a higher perspective. Sagittarius. Sagittariuses are known to look at the broad perspective of things, and it's also the zodiac following yours. So in terms of a situation, some of you may have been overlooking some details, and that may have been making the situation more confusing. But if you really look at the bigger picture, you will start to see more of a theme that will help you in your time of confusion. I see. Nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. I feel like some of you guys may be going through a tough time, some rocky waters, and it's hard for you to look at the brighter side of things. I can't lie, y'all. It's a lot going on in the world, and it gets kind of tough to look at the bigger picture right now, because the big picture looks kind of, in a way, tore up right now. And the universe just wants you to realize, though, that nothing is yet set in stone. And this may just be in terms of how you feel about your life. If it's not about the things that's going on in the world, maybe it's just how you feel about your life. Maybe you think that things are going to turn around, or you won't find that person, or you won't get the things that you truly want. But it's like to look at the bigger picture, because at any moment things can change, and to remember that storms don't last always. Even though some storms can really be intense and it doesn't seem like there's no way in sight, but that's where the Sagittarius comes in, because Sagittarius' energy is able to see even the negatives, but however, see how the negatives can be used into a positive, to use a destructive situation and see how to make those obstacles work for you to make a productive situation. Maybe some of you are also dealing with, this could be relationships, because when I think of water, I think of emotions. So maybe you're dealing with a tumultuous relationship, and you're starting to look at the bigger picture, and you're starting to realize maybe in that situation the storms have lasted a long time, and maybe that's why look at the bigger picture is here, to notice when a storm is going to end, but also to know when something is just not working out, maybe as well. We have you're very close to achieving your goals. So some Scorpios can be really deep in their feels right now, and it's kind of putting you in a dark place, and maybe it's just really been a lot of negative thoughts going on in your mind. Just be mindful, Scorpio, that you can pick up on energies that are not yours. Maybe that's another reason. Look at the bigger picture. Maybe all energies that you're feeling are not even yours. We have to also remember that there are entities and energies that we don't see that influence us every day. And even though those thoughts can sound like our voice, not all the time they are our actual voice. Like if you're happy, then all of a sudden your mood changes. Nothing's yet set in stone. So make sure you take some time to figure out what emotions are actually yours and which ones not. Because even though nothing's yet set in stone, you're very close to achieving your goal. I feel like you're very close, more than you realize. You just may be caught up in the storm and you don't see it that way. Look at the bigger picture. All the stuff you have accomplished. All the stuff that you thought you couldn't get through before that you have. And you're very close to getting to the end goal of this situation, coming to an end of these rocky waters right here. Let's see. Look at the bigger picture. So we have the 3 of Swords reverse. With the Three of Swords reverse, some Scorpios could have some old pains coming up. And some Scorpios could have thought they healed from things and they didn't. And they realized triggers. And it kind of puts them in a nothing's yet set in stone type of state. And those stormy waters start to go again. But I feel like if you are having old emotions come up, make sure that you're looking at them from a more this way than this way, because you kind of can't go back in time and change what happened, but you can definitely get the lessons out of it, so that way you don't have to go through those painful experiences to that extent again. That's the thing, when we go through negative things or nothing's yet set in stone type of moments, there's always still something to learn, because we don't have to go through such big storms if we just get the right boat, if that makes sense. Like, if we just get our equipment on our boat, yeah, we're still going to go through storms, but your boat won't be rocked that much. So it seems to me you're working on building a more sustainable boat, so when you go through the high seas, you know, the 7 seas, you won't be feeling all types of ways. You'll be able to handle it. Kind of like how you ever see the cargo ships that are out there at sea and you see the videos and the boat is rocking but it's still going. Let's see, Three of Swords reverse. Nine of Rods. So the universe is saying, Scorpio, look at the bigger picture of why you went through the things that you did and not so much of who. I get a lot of the situation itself, and some of you have pretended that a lot of things don't bother you. You're actually pretty hurt, and it comes out in random moments, like I said, triggers, and you may not think that that heartbreak you went through still bothers you, but you may find yourself still dating the same type of person. That's what that is. So some Scorpios may have just thought it was the person that they were dating, but however, energy stays the same. So if your thinking doesn't change, then you are prone to keep following the same pattern. No matter what the person looks like, the energy is the same. You know, how many of us went through that? It's like, man, I thought it was just this person. Then you look at your relationships and you see how they all had a similar energy. And that's when you realize, okay, wait a minute. Maybe it's my way of thinking. Maybe my judgment of character is kind of off. So it's really dealing with the pain of what you felt and also taking the lessons on what did you miss? What were things that were right in front of your face and maybe you didn't want to realize? Let's see, 10 of Wands. Oh, Scorpio. With the 10 of Wands here, but I will say the good thing about this is you're ready to lay these burdens down and heal from what has happened. And to look at the bigger picture and be like, you know what, I can't go back in time and change it. It's no point for me to hate this person. And I'm tired of pretending that things don't bother me. Like, I really feel deeply. I feel like a lot of Scorpios just keep to themselves a lot. But however, when you guys blow up, you guys will blow up. Maybe you've been blowing up on people recently. You started to realize that, like, wait, let me look at the bigger picture. You know, why am I so on edge? It could be old pains coming up or old memories or things that's going on in your life that's causing that. Let's see, nothing is yet set in stone. We have the Six of Cups. Oh, okay. So this could be in terms of someone that you had a relationship within the past that's been rocky. It's been on, it's off, it's one day, it's this. I feel like you guys wanted to work things out with this person and you wanted to heal what has happened, but I feel like too much damage has happened here though. I think that's, yeah. Those are the worst. I mean, when there's no going back, you know, it's just, you gotta let things be how they be, because the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Wands, but I feel like you was trying to heal this connection with this person, but now it's saying look at the bigger picture. Maybe it's just over, but it's over with this person, but it doesn't have to be over in terms of every relationship. But I feel like this relationship with someone from the past, yeah, it was all, I feel like it was always one day this way, one day that way, and this, and that's not very healthy over time. It gets very, very draining, and I feel like you still carry through, but it's the Ten of Wands. It's too much, especially if someone just did a lot of damage, and it's not enough sorries in the world that can fix that. And that could be with this person. You realize you just can't do it. Yeah, with the Four of Cups reversed, you can't ignore how you feel about this past person anymore. The Four of Cups upright is the guy looking at the cup, right? It's empty. And you start to realize how empty emotionally you felt. Yes, you still had love for them, but the relationship was too rocky. And I feel like this person also ignored you a lot. They would reach out to you when they want to, and then they would disappear the next with nothing's yet set in stone. It was mutable. Like, mutable energy is good, but in certain cases that could be destructive too, because there's no consistency. And I feel like that's what you had with this person. And you're very close to achieving your goal. Maybe looking at the bigger picture, how hurt you really have been. Even though you may still love this person, you know that you're best without them. Let's see. Four of Cups reverse. We have Six of Swords and King of Wands. Okay. So with the King of Wands here, you could have been dealing with a very I tore that word up. Charismatic person. And this person had the power. It's a lot of wands here. With the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the King of Wands. You were very, very passionate about this person. But I feel like with the King of Wands, yes, this person took action, but I still feel like you felt alone most of the time, though. Like I said, when this person, they wanted you when they wanted you. And because you loved them, you stuffed down a lot of pain of how you felt because you really thought that they would change. So you would move when they would move, you know, when they would reach out to you, you'd be quick to be with the King of Wands, but it became too much because there was a lot of back and forth. Maybe you realized that what kept you guys together was also having a physical relationship. Maybe that's the only time you guys got along after a point in time. For some Scorpios. Let's see, you're very close to achieving your goal. High Priestess. Yeah, your intuition is starting to speak to you about this situation, Scorpio, and be like, listen, even though you love this person, it's time to bring peace to this situation and be temperance into a cup yourself. This person had no idea how you were really hurt by the things that they did. Because this Nine of Wands, I wouldn't think nothing of it either, to be honest. You know, this person thought you healed very quickly, but you hid the pain very well. This Nine of Wands, yeah, he got all those wands, but he's still going. So that person's probably like, oh, well, we could just get past it. This, all I gotta say is sorry, and then we back. But this person didn't realize how really hurt you were. You sucked up a lot of things for them. Let's see, why is the High Priestess here? Knight of Pentacles, your intuition. I feel like for some Scorpios, your intuition won't leave you alone till you leave this person. It keeps pointing you like, Scorpio, leave, leave, leave. They're not going to change. Leave. Trust yourself. You deserve better. Slowly but surely make your way out. I feel like you were slow to leave this relationship because when Scorpios love, I mean, they love pretty deep. It's not that easy for them to let go. And it wasn't, even though you were hurting, it was still... You felt it will hurt worse to let them go, but you realize it's actually hurting you worse by staying. Let's see. Knight of Pentacles. We have Ace of Cups. Yeah, to choose yourself first. Scorpio, in the midst of you loving this person, you forgot the most important person, which is you. So you're moving slowly back to that self-love that you had before you met this person. And you realize that it was a bottomless pit trying to make this relationship work. It just, nothing was ever set in stone. And you're starting to realize your intuition is like, I need to walk away so I can be happy. It was too much damage here. But I want to do a little 3-card ending for y'all, because I'm not going to end like that. Let's see. We have Believe in the Impossible, Blue Moon. So what the universe is saying is, some of you guys thought that you couldn't even live without this person at a point, or you couldn't even see yourself without this person, but believe in the impossible. Even in impossible says I'm possible. You can find love after this. You don't need to put up with this treatment anymore. Emotions are running high. Supermoon. So I feel like things might come to a climax and you might actually break one day with this person, or maybe this week, where you just realize, I was believing in the impossible, thinking that I was going to have stability out of this. You know, I thought, yes, we go through storms and everything, but maybe I was just believing the impossible, and now emotions are running high. It's usually when our emotions are running high, we're actually prone to take action, though. So I feel like even though your emotions are running high, it's also because your intuition won't leave you alone. It's like you get a weird feeling being around this person. It's like part of you feels like, I know I'm not supposed to be here, but I love this person. Exactly. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. The universe is saying it's time to remember that, Scorpio. Does this look like a relationship you want to be in for 20, 30 years? Because you forgot that you are good enough. You put your self-respect and pride and everything and carried on. But however, you forgot how that was hurting you, and that you are good enough and how you deserve to be happy too. Not just making this person happy. So Scorpios, I hope you guys appreciate this reading, and I'll catch you guys next week.